Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and in today's episode, we're going to cover the topic of anime flyers. Okay, so before we begin, of course, I have to remind everyone to, if you're following this video, but please, go down below, click like, and click subscribe. Okay. And now the new thing, of course, you have to do with YouTube, of course. So in addition to subscribing, you also need to now click that little bell icon, because then that's how YouTube will tell you when I've released new videos. Because otherwise, the new videos that I make don't show up on your feed, or don't show up on, or you don't get notifications when I make new videos. Now, I have made a new database. And in the form of a spreadsheet of all my videos and that kind of stuff, so that even if YouTube doesn't suggest those videos to you, please have a look at the my database, which is done in sort of a book form. Then you can look up all the different topics of anime that sort of interest you, and then you can see all my videos that I've made for them. And then if you have any suggestions and whatnot, by all means, let me know of a topic or the story that you'd like more expansion of. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin. So, in the previous episode, I went over how basically Japanese, companies and that kind of stuff, the only way that they've been able to, get the word out about their merchandise and that kind of stuff is they used flyers. Okay, because there isn't no internet, so that they could put up pictures or inform people that there's these new videos or new products coming out. So the only way that you would know is if they basically the old-fashioned flyers. You post flyers out at different places that sell your merchandise, like video stores, record stores, very popular media places like HMV and that kind of stuff. So when you walk in, you might see a bulletin board full of different ads, or it might be like a little place. Where there's a little stack of papers and that kind of stuff that you can pick up, that will tell you what's new and what they're right now trying to push on you guys, and what to sell. So I'm basically going to go over some examples of these sort of things, and this sort of way that we communicated, and we basically tried to show off some of the things that these companies were releasing at the time, and they're trying to get you interested as the anime fan to watch them. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the upper camera here. Okay, so we'll go over some of the Japanese ones here that I've got here. All right, just to show that this is what they did. Okay, so in Japan, they would basically have a stack of flyers, like just like you'd see here, and you'd come up to them and you'd pick up the flyer and say, "Oh, this looks kind of interesting. What is this?" Okay, so this is the flyer for an anime called Vandred. Okay, and as you can see, it's going to be on DVD and video, coming out. Let's see, that's January 26th, 2001. Now on sale, and so you can open it up and basically see that Oh, okay. So it gives you some background information on it, some of the characters, some various information, some mechs. So basically, things that will try to hopefully get you interested in the actual anime, and then hopefully, you might consider picking this up, saying, "Hey, this looks kind of interesting. It's kind of maybe a Nadeshiko-ish type thing. Maybe it's kind of one of these harem anime things, because most of the characters on the ship are female, right?" So this is kind of it might be kind of an interesting sort of thing to check out. And of course, it tells you, yes, you can go to Vandred to that. And as I said, this is in the sort of infancy of internet. So even though they suggest you go to www.vandred.com to actually look at what they have there, still a very popular way to get the information out to the masses. That these videos are coming out, and of course on the back page has all the different information about that, including when all the videos are going to be coming out, whether or not they're going to be in the respective release dates. So roughly once every month or so. So starting with January, then one's coming in March, sort of middle of or end of April, end of May, end of June, July there. They're all about 5,800 yen. So each volume of Android is not very long, right? It's only like 4 episodes long. Yet they're still charging 5,800 yen, or basically $58 US for each episode. So not very cheap, but that's how they release them, right? And if you go over here, they also have the soundtrack information. And I remember this one, Trust is one of the really high beat kind of opening theme song, which I really liked for the Android. So kind of opening that. So definitely do check that out. So that's a typical Japanese one. Okay. All right. So put that over here. Okay. So I have another one here that is for an anime called Banner of the Stars, or Crest of the Stars. Okay, and again, this is a nice this is nice, the nice CG graphics and that kind of stuff, as well as great characters and really a very intriguing story. But yeah, you can see this. So they laid out all the different characters. To give you an idea of some of the different art styles that's in it. This one folds right open. Okay, giving you lots of various different information about the different character casting and that kind of stuff. There's a big, large, version of their battleships that they have here. Okay, and then little comments and that kind of stuff from the various staff characters and that kind of stuff. Everything from direction, art direction, who some of the VAs are going to be, and that kind of stuff. And some of the production notes. So yeah, this is some pretty high quality type of production work on that. And again, at the very back, different information about the artists and that kind of stuff. The music CD coming out there. Okay, so yeah, it gives you an indication of something that's coming out in Japan. Okay, so when they did this, they basically realized, okay, hey, this is really kind of a good idea. Why not sort of do the same thing that the Japanese are doing? And so the U.S. companies adapted the same concept. Okay, they decided to restart releasing these flyer-like things. Okay, to hopefully to present and kind of encourage you to buy these things and have, or at least have a look at them. So you'd find these things at, again, if you go shopping or whatever, you might find a stack of videos or these type of flyers in front of your comic book store, or let's say for example we went to like A&B Sound or Best Buy or something like that. There might be some sort of flyer or section or release section there that you might have this kind of thing kicking around, right? So let's go over a couple of them here, and then it gives you an idea of what they had available, right? So here is one that's called the Big O. Okay, and I even wrote little notes in here. The characters are like knighthood, which sort of reminds me, that really straight, ragged lines and that kind of stuff, just like like that animated series for Batman, right? So kind of look to it. And it is also almost like a very kind of Batman-like story, the Bruce Wayne type of person, influentially, and has a big giant robot called the Big O, and basically who fights crime and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a neat kind of thing. And again, same way, goes over all the various different things for that. So from the creators of Cowboy Bebop, Batman the animated series meets James Bond. So that's how they describe it, and that's how it looks, right? It looks like an animated Batman kind of crossover type of story, right? Even has the pricing thing. So when we get it, it's what is it? May 1st, 2001 is the order cutoff date. The street date is expected to be June 19th when you basically arrive, whatever, for the street release. Okay, and basically the DVD will contain both a Japanese and English subtitle, and it's $24.98, which it seems inexpensive, but you got to realize this is only volume 1. Okay, so this is like the first 4 episodes, and it's $25. That's the suggested retail price. So So you can think of that. You're paying almost $5 an episode. Five. $5.50. I guess an episode. There you go. Okay, next one here is an anime called Blue Gender. Okay, so from Funimation, they made a smaller kind of full sheet kind of little fly sheet here. Gives you a nice sort of indication that this is sort of a sci-fi sort of film. Yeah, Blue Gender was all right. That was kind of a cool sort of concept to it. It was kind of neat. Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, there you go. So this is also from Funimation. So Funimation likes to make these short little things with like really nothing really to them. But yeah, nice fighting anime type of thing. I thought it was kind of good. Yeah, Yusuke was kind of a neat fighting type show. So it was really pretty popular in many parts of the world. This anime Yu Yu Hakusho. So yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, here's one. For the through that from Sega, Virtual Fighter, the animated TV series. Now, I thought it was kind of neat that they made an anime series for Virtual Fighter. I just thought it was kind of I didn't like the animation in the show, but it was neat that they made one anyway. So, but yeah, you can see, the street date for this one is September 26, 2000. Only $24.95 each tape or video for that thing, which again, for 4 episodes, it's kind of expensive. But what was really neat about this one is that when you open it up, you see, Virtual Fighter here comes up with a really nice poster. Now again, even though this is sort of really early internet sort of age and whatnot, it was hard to find good high resolution pictures that you could use or download or print out or whatever for for like I said, wall hanging and that kind of stuff. So this is a really a treat to have one of these types of things where you can actually take it and you can stick it up, and then you can this ad basically is kind of like advertising for the anime and that kind of stuff. But it also is a nice sort of a good nice artwork and that kind of stuff for that. Now, again, I didn't really like this art style. But the female characters like mine and Sonya are pretty nice, I guess. Pretty well drawn for what it is. Yeah. And then of course you can see here the ordering information for that, right? So basically 100 minutes, so essentially 4 episodes, and you're paying $24.95 for that one. So it's basically 1 to 4, and then the next one's called Behind the Battle, which is also another 100 minutes. So that's your next episode. So from episode 5 through 8, and again that's also $24.95 for that one. So kind of expensive, but hey, that was what we had to pay for the anime at that time. Okay, Viz Video is presenting Darkstalkers. Okay, so the anime series of the year. Let's hype it up with a big busty picture of Morgan here. Okay, so again, if we open up the picture, okay, so nice, poster-like kind of image here. Okay, Darkstalkers Revenge. Okay, for Night Warriors or Darkstalkers. Okay, as the Capcom has the game. So. And again, you flip it over. Okay, so this is the the information for that, and gives you some samples, things of the anime, and this is what the first DVD thing is going to be for. Okay, release date is going to be street date. It looks like it's June 30th, 1998. Okay, comes in English version and subtitled version. The English version is $19.95, and again, people always wonder, well, why is it English version so much cheaper than the subtitled version? Is because they're gonna make more copies of the tape or DVD in English dubbed, as opposed to English subtitles. So therefore, they'll get a better pricing break for the English copies, and they'll probably sell more English copies because that's what more people over here in North America will probably end up buying, right? So that's and if you even look here, it's like always nice to read the names and that kind of stuff, because it's always kind of neat. But I always like to see that written in English by Trish Ledoux, okay, which is, again, she's a very pivotal figure for Viz, in this sort of era, okay. And then it says ADR and post production by the Ocean Group in Vancouver, Canada. So again, Ocean Studios is located in Vancouver here, and a lot of people did get work as voice actors, and a lot of the production works and that kind of stuff was done for Viz in Vancouver. So that's kind of always cool. So anyway, Darkstalkers. Okay. Now, not only anime was also the big thing that they promoted. They also promoted things like this, model kits and toys and stuff like that. So this is for an anime called Bastard. Okay, and I always liked the manga for Bastard, and it ranks right up there with for me for things, shows like animes like Berserk and whatnot. Really kind of apocalyptic, and I think Bastard's a little more shall we say sexier than Berserk. Okay, where Berserk might be more gorier, more demonic, as it were. But I always thought Bastard was much more funnier and much more much more skin. Anyway, so they have advertisements for different things like this, and this is in this case Colcast porcelain figures. And now I actually have this figure of in this series here, because I didn't ever care about the guy characters, but so that I always thought like that kind of thing. But yeah, so Art FX, as it were. Okay, so his next one here says, from the creator of Slayers, which is another really popular series, especially if you like Megumi Hayashibara. Lost Universe. Okay, and so look at the different releases of this one. So this one outlines all the various different DVDs and that kind of stuff coming out on that. VHS the DVDs coming out in 6 volumes, the VHS volumes coming in 7 volumes, because obviously there's 26 episodes. Read these. This is kind of interesting. Read the key selling points here. Hailed as one of the most engaging science fiction stories ever produced by USA Interactive Sci-Fi.com. This is from the creator of Slayers, one of 1999's top-selling anime sellers. Which I'd have to agree, Slayers was really a funny show, and it's so much that it reminds me of how we actually play D&D. Hilarious science fiction comedies along the lines of Galaxy Quest and Martian's successor, Nadeshiko. I guess it's kind of like Nadeshiko in some ways. Yeah, Galaxy Quest. Yeah, I can kind of see that too. Incredible mixture of traditional cell and 3D animation makes the action in Lost Universe explode with life. So yeah, it did use some CG, especially with ship scenes and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of a new thing that they were doing. Extensive marketing campaign through consumer, trade, and internet media. Okay, so this is they're basically using things like this to try to promote it. They're trying to push it on the internet. And again, things like things like Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and aren't as big as they were, especially back in this age, right? So again, they have to use different things to kind of promote this thing. So here we go. So you can see they've supplied all the information for volumes 1 through 7, available on video cassette or whatever. $29.95. Okay, for the videotape of volume of any of the videotapes for the subtitle version of Lost Universe, and the dub tape was about $10 cheaper. It's like $19.98 for a dub. And again, remember, 4 episodes each, so it's not really economical buy. The DVDs, of course, are $29.95 each. So that's the better way to go if you can get into DVD. So anyway, Lost Universe, that's kind of cool. Okay, now here's a classic series that a lot of people got into. It's Nadia, Secret of Blue Water. Okay. Um, so this is the version that the 80 Vision picked up after um, the first time it was released, got changed over. So on DVD it's $29.95, or so it's $29.98, and the VHS / dubbed version is $19.98. So again, the $10 difference between the dubbed and the sub version. Okay. So there you go. See, anime for a new generation from 80 Vision, right? And yeah, so it tells you the release time of that. So February, so pre-street date again in June, June 19th, 2001. So you notice a lot of these things are coming out. 2000, 2001, 1999. This is also part of the reason why the anime industry kind of crashed, because there's, as you see, there's a lot of really good animes and really significant titles that came out, but they're all coming out all at once. They're all coming out within a short stretch of number of years. So you got to remember that these anime people, or just regular fans, okay, they need to have the ability to consume this stuff. I mean, you can look at the prices that these things are, and they're not exactly cheap, right? So I mean, there's a large number of things that you need to buy or catch up, or recommend a title, but you can't keep forking all this kind of money out. Okay, in a later episode I'll give you an idea of some of the the money and the stuff that you need to spend in order to keep up with this hobby, and you'll see it's not possible. Okay, and that's what part of the reason why the market crashed. Anyway, for another episode. Alright, so here's another one. Sorcerer Stabber's Orphan. Okay. This is kind of a cool series. Just like Sorcerer Hunters or Baccarat Hunter. This one's a really kind of neat one. Spellbinding selling points. So again, this is trying to tell you why you should buy this, right? Popular with magic, crazy Harry Potter fans, Dungeons and Dragons fans, and anime addicts. Okay, so basically, yeah, it's true. It's spell casting, kind of that D&D party RPG like feel. Okay, spawned the best selling PlayStation 2 video game. I don't know if I'd call it a best selling game. But okay, fine. Yes, you're right. There was a PlayStation 2 game they made it. Each tape contains 3 enchanting and exciting episodes. So this is when if you go down here, go to the button down the bottom, there's a Spell the Dragon on DVD. It's $29.95, right? But you go and look at the VHS tape for it, okay? They're still charging you $19.98 for the VHS version of like a tape, and it only contains 75 minutes, so 3 episodes. But they're still charging you $19 for it, okay? And this is here, what? You say June 12th, 2001. So notice all these titles, 2001, 2000, 1999. A lot of stuff is coming out and really taxing the market at this particular point in here. So it's good. So lots of good anime, but again, maybe too much at once, right? Extensive advertising campaign creating millions of impressions in national publications. I don't know about that, but okay, whatever. Yeah. Comprehensive marketing through consumer, trade, and internet media. Now, didn't they say that before? So maybe they just randomly keep tacking that on everything. So. But yeah, definitely, this is one I would definitely recommend for people to check out. Sorcerer Stabber's Orphan. Okay. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine, and this was recommended to me by Daisuke, my translator. What the world really needs is a super cute, super strong idol singer who can smack the tar out of the bad guys. Okay, so yeah, from the guys who make things like Pat Labor and that kind of stuff, really kind of a funny idol superhero show. Assemble insert. Here's some of the information there. Yeah. Different things like that. So created by Masumi Yuki, which is the guy who made Pat Labor. design assistant Takashiro Ito, which is he makes Outlaw Stars, also known for things like Outlaw Stars and Cowboy Bebop and things like that. Okay. Mecha designer is Yukata Izubuchi, which is the guy who did the Record of Lotus Wars. Okay. And it's kind of cute. 60 minutes for for the tape or DVD. Assemble insert. Good inset song too for that soundtrack too, if I remember right. Yeah. And here we go. The one that's really famous for a lot of you there is Sailor Moon, right? So again, available May 1st, 2001. Okay. And it's Sailor Moon on thing because it has trading cards inside. Oh boy, Sailor Moon trading cards, right? There's a locker poster inside these things, so I guess it's a popular thing, so that their kids can take their the Sailor Moon poster or whatever and stick it up in their locker, and there you go. Hey, you're a fan of Sailor Moon, you can decorate your locker with it, right? Original Sailor Moon series, loved by millions, is back with 2 brand new VHS collections. Okay, which is basically, 2 more chapters of the thing. $12.98, which is a reasonable selling point, right? For that. So, what is it? Key selling points here. Each tape contains never before released episodes. I wonder about that. The 2 latest tapes contain special prizes, which includes locker posters and trading cards. Wow. Sailor Moon consistently ranks on the top 10 video titles for kids, which is 100% true, because Sailor Moon was immensely popular. Plush toys, action figures, children's apparel, and collectibles are now available, which is true. They've flooded the market with Sailor Moon stuff, so that you can even get it at like Walmart and everything like that. Sailor Moon is the mega popular with both teen and pre-teen girls and boys, with millions tuning into the Cartoon Network for each afternoon to watch. Okay, so yeah, Sailor Moon was also a nice series that was featured in the right in the middle of the afternoon. So right after when they get come home from school, boom, you can turn on the TV and you get to see Sailor Moon right on TV. So here we go. So it's like, let's talk about the numbers. 6 million girls and boys watch Sailor Moon every week on the Cartoon Network. Toonami, okay, that's really, again, that was when we had it really good. When we had an anime channel that you could see on TV called Toonami, and it would carry great anime like this. Hundreds of SKU codes of licensed merchandise already available in stores, which is true. Lots of stuff is available in various things. Consistent placement of the top 10 kids videos, which is true. Lots of that. 2 hot new VHS collections with 4 episodes. So basically, these tapes all contain 4 episodes, and at the price of $12.98. That's a pretty good price point for that, right? So add it up, and answer simple: you have to have Sailor Moon in your business. Order the entire ADV Sailor Moon series today. Yeah, so. Okay. And ADVision was also going really hard at the Robotech saga. So again, this is for the ad for the Robotech Macross saga. Okay. Love this Mickey Moto artwork on this series. Very great. So yeah, so there you go. So it gives you all the information for the Robotech series. And they've got it into a nice little box set and stuff like that for DVD box set here. But yeah, definitely worth that one there. Okay, here's a classic sort of giant robo-ish type of show. It's called Geta Robo Armageddon, the OVA. So, and so yeah, so I like this one because they slicked up the character animations and stuff. So it's kind of looks really cool and that stuff. They didn't slick up the robot, of course, so that still looked kind of ugly, stupid. But I wasn't a really big fan of this series at all. But for those people who like giant robot shows, that's one to check out. Okay, Another very, very popular show, Martian successor Nadeshko. Okay. So again, you open it up, and there you go. You can see a variety of different video cassettes that they have on there. Okay. Again, different volumes of the tapes contain about 4 episodes on each one, and they all featured different characters. And like I said, you can see lots of female characters, a few guy characters. He's kind of building the harem type of thing. Let's read the key selling points here at the very bottom here. It says high-tech animation, giant robots, and aliens will appeal to both sci-fi fans and Gen Xers. So that's you guys, the Gen Xers, right? From the company who bought you Neon Genesis Evangelion, theatrical size poster and 12-count display available to qualified buyers. So again, you can order from AD Vision the Nadeshko poster, and of course displayers and that kind of stuff. 24-month advertising support through consumer, trade, and internet media. So again, flood the market with this kind of thing. 36-month cross trailering on AD Vision's hit videos. So i.e. they will put ads for this Nadeshko on the end of all their tapes for the next 36 months, which usually happens. Reviews in national trade and press media. So again, they'll flood and show the anime magazines and that kind of stuff. Video retailers receive unprecedented profit potential. So trying to get you to buy it and get this in there. Appeal to enormous and well-established fan base of Robotech and Star Wars. I don't know that really, just because you watch Robotech or you watch Star Wars, that you're guaranteed to like this particular show. But I guess they could say that, and it's not really either of them, but so be it. Free limited edition postcards in specially marked boxes. So they had a promo where they shoved a postcard in these various different boxes. And so if you got them, or you got the select one, then you get to get the extra stuff in it. Consumer and trade advertising. So remember, I told you about how they're advertising their information, without really good basis on the internet, right? But Alternative Press, Anime America, Cinescape, EGM Magazine, or Electronic Games Monthly, Gamers Republic, Giant Robot, Mixer, Mixzine, Protoculture Addicts, Sci-Fi Entertainment, Starlog, and Wizard. So these are all different national magazines and publications which are taking and putting ads of this into those magazines. So if you happen to have, again, some of these are anime magazines, some of these are sci-fi type magazines. Starlog, I know, is a classic science fiction magazine. Wizard, of course, is more of a card gaming magazine. Okay, right. So definitely they put the word out. Okay, again, all the various information. The English sub, $29. English dub is $19.98. So almost a $10 difference in the price of the tapes when you want subtitled as opposed to dubbed. But yeah, pretty cool. And here's a really strange one here. So a video on the cosplay encyclopedia. So for $14.95, a video about cosplay. Cosplay hits the U.S. big time. So this is the first official cosplay video to be released in the U.S., featuring costume designs from Magical Knights of Earth, Sailor Moon, Evangelion, and more. So really a fans video about. Okay, so Vizbio puts out this one, Ceres, the Celestial Legends. So for all those people who loved Fushigi Yugi, they followed up with a series called Ceres. Okay. And then they right here. Oh, I like this. Ceres, the Celestial Legend appeals to, and these are the people who would probably be interested in watching Ceres. So again, if you liked Fushigi Yugi, you'd be 100% on this. But right here. Fans of fantasy and romance series, okay, right? female comic readers. Okay, so I get it. They're trying to hit that female contingent of the market, which now is entering the market because of anime, because of Sailor Moon and that kind of stuff. So there's this new presence of more anime viewers, and of course to signal them out. Yes, this will appeal to you, the female comic readers. Obviously, it appeals to the fans of Fushigi Yugi, which you can tell by the artwork. Iwatase's kind of artwork. You can see that. Fans of Sailor Moon and other shoujo girls manga, and anime readers of Anime Extra and the manga anthology in which Fushigi Yugi is currently serialized. So basically, yes, Anime Extra was in this case at this time printing off pages and various commercial translation of the the manga for this particular series, right? Fushigi Yugi. And so again, if you're a big fan of that, or if you're one of the female comic book readers, this series was for you. And then basically fans who enjoy more sophisticated storylines. So now this is where it includes, but it's also for all the rest of you guys, the fans, who want to enjoy the more sophisticated storylines, right? So it's pretty good. This one, yeah. So again, if you're really interested in Fushigi Yugi and that kind of stuff, there was high production value in this. So I never really followed it as much, because I only just partially followed Fushigi Yugi too. I still prefer things like Tension Wheel better. Anyway, Jinro, the Wolf Brigade, coming in from Viz. Mamorushi, which of course the guy who watched things like Akira and that kind of stuff. Okay. Wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Okay. So that's kind of a neat kind of show to check out. Yeah, I always like this because one of the early animes that was on my sort of check off sheet was Cerebus, or Panzer Cops. Okay. Basically, looks like these robotic soldier-like kind of guys, with the the German kind of SS kind of look to them, including right down to the army helmet and the guns and that kind of stuff. So that was kind of a cool mix for that. All right, so here's one specifically for Tokyo Pop Anime, and of course they're featuring Vampire Princess Miu. Open up. Shows not only Vampire Princess Miu, but it also shows some other various animes that are also coming out from them, right? So Saint Tail, which is a magical girl show. I like how they write, Robin Hood meets Sailor Moon. Well, I don't know, just because she's being, fair and generous, that you call her a Robin Hood, but okay, sure, right? Magical girl show. Saint Tail. What else here? Yes. Also one called Spring and Chaos, which is Shoji Kawamori's anime masterpiece. So various different animes based on some of the poems and that kind of stuff that comes up, and it's called Spring and Chaos. This is a really strange anime, but short. Quick thing over there. But yeah, Vampire Princess Miu I thought was really cool because again, this is in the era where vampire shows are really big. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Forever Night at this time was really big. So vampire shows are really good. Okay. All right. So the next one here is Soul Bianca: The Legacy. So I was really excited with when Soul Bianca decided to come out making more new episodes and that kind of stuff. Now, when you saw the characters and that kind of stuff, and some of the ships and that kind of stuff, they realized, okay, this is a change from the original Soul Bianca. So again, for those people that haven't known, this is Soul Bianca: The Legacy. Okay, so this is the second OVA series for Soul Bianca. My favorite Soul Bianca still is the original first series of Soul Bianca, which is 2 volumes. Soul Bianca OVAs 1 and 2. But yeah, definitely this is sort of like a new sort of release to that. Okay, so you can look at the sales points here, right? Sales points. Directed by Hiroki Ochi, the Armitage the Third, and you can see that the characters how they look and how you can look in the anime. Very very similar to like Armitage. There, fully computer generated and digital animation. Okay, so it's not exactly all through like 3D CG rendered, but it has computer things to it. Okay. Sound effects mixed and mastered in THX improved audio. So that's kind of, I guess, it also says VHS Dolby ProLogic surround sound, which is again at the time the most popular method to get the sound to surround. It'll sound like you're in the thing. So again, for the more modern home studio and theater type of things. It's in DVD 5.1 mixed for both English and Japanese tracks, so nice mastering. DVD will feature full motion menus with special sound mixes. And then this one says in what the hell is that? Animatronic, okay? Music video as seen on MTV's Road Rules. So again, I guess they've cross-promoted this video on MTV. Each volume will contain a unique music video featuring MTV-style music edited to Soul Bianca, the legacy footage. I.e., they're making their own AMVs. Right? MTV-style music edited to Soul Bianca and the legacy footage. Well, isn't that like an AMV, right? So, kind of neat. Guerrilla marketing exposure, right? So, music videos featuring Soul Bianca and Legacy are currently in rotation in the rave and club circuit, generating thousands of impressions in impressionable teenage demographics. So, yeah, I remember, Garth made a version of Soul Bianca, the OEVA series, AMV, mixed with, we got the power from Snap. And that was really kind of a cool AMV that they made at the time. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that they're using that to promote it by sending them into clubs and raves. Okay, over 60,000 wanted 99 trailers and catalogs were distributed directly to targeted anime consumers at Anime Expo, Comic Con, and directly through several retail accounts. So they're referring to these things. They print off literally that's it, a whole bunch of these things. 60,000 these catalogs and flyers and that kind of stuff were given out to specific fans and and out to the market directly. So this is how much. So this gives you an indication that they're actually spending some decent money to print off these things. And this is like a file folder type thickness of paper. This isn't like if I can just kind of pick up, let's say something like Jinro, okay? Very thin and flimsy, okay? Where Soul Bianca is actually really thick, right? It's not really floppy or whatever. It's actually got some kind of some stiffness to it, right? Okay. So there you go. So gives you Soul Bianca. Now here's a really popular one for a lot of you. That's Gundam Wing. Okay, so again, when those people are showing up on Toonami, you can see Gundam Wing. So gives you the idea. Some of the franchises, some of the merchandise available from the Cartoon Network. So you get different the boxes here. Okay. And then again, here you go. So this is all the various different volumes. Volume 1 in English VHS, so dubbed. 4 episodes for $14.98, which is a pretty good deal for 4 episodes, right? And then you'll see episode Volume 1 in dubbed, or no, so this is subtitled. Sorry, it's $19, so it's more. It's about $5 more expensive. Same 4 episodes. So. Okay, the last one here is an anime called El Hazard, the Alternative World. So again, in that sort of era when Pioneer was like the king, they were on top of the world because they got things like El Hazard that came out. They had Tenchi Muyo that came out, and they had all these other new titles that sort of came out around that sort of time where they really big. And again, El Hazard was one of these titles. One of these goes into the alternate world type of animes, right? So, and then here you go. They've listed all the different prices for VHS tapes. Here's some DVDs. They mention of this thing called the LSR cards, okay? And I've got tons of sealed packs of sealed versions of these cards, right? But it says, collectible opportunity, Elazard playing cards. So it's a deck of playing cards with the Elazard insert pictures, right? Collect the insert inside each of the 4 volumes and take advantage of the mail order opportunity for a special deck of standard poker cards, 54 cards, 4 suits, ace, king, 2 jokers, right? Featuring the gang from Elazard, a $10 value for only a $4 shipping and handling fee, limited time offer while supplies last. So basically, what they're saying is, when you buy these 4 tapes of Elazard, you're going to get some sort of, I guess, UPC proof of purchase. With those proofs of purchases, you're supposed to be able to send them in, and then they will send you back a deck of cards. Okay, so I've got a bunch of those deck of cards and whatnot, and it's pretty cool. Right? It's kind of neat that they go through these kind of different promotions. Okay. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. And learned a little bit about how we learned and knew about more types of anime that are coming out. So we got kept up to date with what new releases they're coming out and what they look like. Okay. So again, if you haven't done so, go down below, click like and click subscribe, and now click notify so that you can get new episodes. And again, I'm working on multiple parts of my trip to China, and there's some really good funny cosplay stories and that kind of stuff about there that you'll get into when I get to those episodes. All right. So again, make sure you hit subscribe and get there. I'm getting pretty close to 1,000, so I really thank everyone who has subscribed. And I know that half my viewers still hasn't subscribed yet, so if you haven't, please click the subscribe button. Want to push over that 1,000 break and make a good use of the channel, right? So until next time, see you again.